So 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, or no fingers? What's the correct answer? This week on MCrider, we'll talk about it. Hey, my name's Kevin and I release a weekly video every Friday morning here on MCrider that focuses on road skills or road strategy to help make you a better rider. And I'm happy to announce that MCrider will be having its first ever MCrider meetup at the MotoGP race this year in Austin, Texas. That's April 3rd through the 5th. Members of MCrider will have a chance to go for a group ride on Saturday before the race. We'll have dinner planned for Saturday night, a short get-together on Sunday morning for breakfast, and then we'll spend the day out at the track watching the races on Sunday. All the details for this can be found on the forum, so if you're a member already, go to the forums and you'll find a post there with the details, what hotel we're staying at, and all the information you need to get involved. If you're not a member, you can come by and say hi at the track on Sunday. We'll be at turn 1 in the GA section, so stop by on Sunday and say hi. And consider supporting the channel and get involved in the other fun that we have scheduled for that weekend. A lot of riders cover the brakes when they ride. So what do I mean by covering the brakes? Well, it's keeping 1, 2, sometimes 3 fingers over the brake lever so that they're in a position to use those brakes when they need them. Well, let's talk about the pros and cons of doing this and how it affects your stopping distance on a motorcycle. Now, there are 3 aspects to your total stopping distance. That's perception, reaction, and braking distance. Perception can have a huge impact on your total stopping distance, and using road strategy and predicting and being prepared for what other drivers will do will have a huge impact on your total stopping distance. In fact, this is the number 1 factor that affects total stopping distance, in my opinion. Reaction is the time that it takes once I realize that I need to stop and begin applying the brakes, and we'll focus on that reaction time in this video today. And braking is the distance that it takes once the brake pads make contact with the rotor. The front forks compress and the motorcycle tire brings the motorcycle to a stop. The faster you're going down the road, the more distance the motorcycle will travel in each one of these phases. So let's focus on reaction time. And for the sake of this argument, let's say that it takes 1/4 of a second to reach out from the throttle to the front brakes and to begin squeezing those brakes. At 60 miles per hour, you're traveling at about 88 feet per second. 1/4 of that is 22 feet. So if we say it's taking 1/4 of a second to reach out for that front brake, I'm traveling 22 feet in that time, the time it takes me to begin applying the brakes. If by having fingers already in position, we can probably cut that reaction time in half, maybe even a little more, which equates to reducing our stopping distance at 60 miles per hour by about 11 feet. Now, considering that the average car is 15.7 feet, we almost reduce our stopping distance by 1 car length. And if everybody drove a smart car, we'd reduce our total stopping distance by probably about 20 of those. So it's a big advantage of using this technique in reducing the total stopping distance because it reduces our reaction time. But are there any negatives to using this technique? Well, there are a few, so let's look at those. If you've taken a basic rider course in the U.S. and you came in using this technique, you're probably reminded by your riding coach to keep your fingers off the brakes and put them on the throttle. Can't tell you how many times I've said that. Fingers off the brake, keep them on the throttle unless you're stopping. There are a few reasons why they do this. First, because the coach wants you to develop the gross motor skills of using the front brake and the throttle smoothly. And using the controls smoothly is much more difficult for a new rider if they're covering the brakes. So it's more difficult to manipulate the throttle if you've got your fingers over the brake as well. Depending on the size of the rider's hands, it's possible that they can use the brakes without rolling off the throttle. So you see here, I'm rolling on the throttle. I can reach out and I can apply that brake and never actually roll off the throttle. But probably the biggest reason that they'll tell you this is that it's going to very likely lead to the rider dropping the motorcycle. So if the handlebars are turned and they're going through a tight U-turn at slow speeds, if they're covering that front brake, it's very common for a rider at turn to reach out and use that front brake, and that motorcycle is going to go down real quickly. So we coach riders to keep their hands on the throttle, off the brakes, unless they're actually coming to a stop. So for new riders in particular, this technique can lead to some other problems for the rider, and it's best left to a more seasoned rider who's got good understanding of slow speed maneuvers, using the rear brake, and not using the front brake while the handlebars are turned. But even for experienced riders, there are a few things to consider. The first is to make sure that the brake lever is properly positioned so that it doesn't make contact with your fingers that are still wrapped around the throttle. Now, the brake levers on the Goldwing are adjustable, so I can adjust those in or out. But you want to make sure that, with your gloves on, I don't have my gloves on right now, but when you start squeezing that front brake in, that you're not crushing the fingers that are left on the throttle whenever you're fully squeezing that brake in. Now, this is important not only just to help protect the fingers, but it's going to keep you from fully applying that front brake in an emergency situation. And that's the whole purpose in having those fingers covering that front brake to begin with, is to shorten our stopping distance, and we want to have maximum braking available to us. Also, like we said earlier, it's possible to remain on the throttle while braking. So again, I've got the throttle rolled on slightly, and I can still reach out and squeeze that front brake. So the proper technique for this is you want your fingers over the top of the brake, not wrapped around it where you can squeeze it in, but just rest them over the top. That way I've got the throttle rolled on right now. When I roll off the throttle, I bring my fingers to the brake, and then I can squeeze the brake in. I roll on the throttle, my fingers are on top of the throttle, I roll off, I can squeeze that brake in. So think of roll off the throttle to the brakes, not keeping your fingers in position where you can squeeze it, but roll off the throttle to the brakes. You also have to watch out for panic braking and over applying the front brake. So if my fingers are in position and I'm surprised by something on the road, our initial reaction is to grab the brakes. This doesn't allow the forks to compress, and it can easily lock the front tire up, causing a crash. And just like new riders, we have to train ourselves not to use that front brake doing slow maneuvers, especially when the handlebars are turned, because that's the quickest way I know of to drop a motorcycle, is applying the front brake with the handlebars turned at slow speed. If our fingers are already in position over the lever, it's very easy to do this and to drop the motorcycle. So do I use this technique? Well, the answer is sometimes. Areas where I would use it are approaching an intersection. So as I'm coming up to an intersection, a lot of times I'll go ahead and get my fingers in position in case somebody pulls out in front of me. I'll use it when I'm trail braking, especially on a curvy road. So if there's curve after curve after curve, I'll keep my fingers in position so they're ready to trail brake if I want to do that coming into a corner. And just other times when I think a hazard may present itself. So if I'm going by a bunch of driveways with parked cars, or maybe in a neighborhood, I'll get my fingers out there where I'm in a better position to reach out for that brake when I need to. So what about you? Do you use 1, 2, or 3 fingers on the brakes at all times? Or do you keep all 4 fingers wrapped around the throttle? Leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Or if you want to get involved in the conversation, our forum members will be having a discussion on this on the forums. Until next week, guys, it's Kim with MCrider. I'll see you on the road, and I hope to see you in Austin as well at the MotoGP race. You can get details on the forums or become a member if you're not already, and you can join us for all the fun. We've got April 3rd through the 5th for the first ever MCrider meetup. I hope to see you there. There are multiple ways to support the channel. You can become a member on YouTube at mcrider.com/member, or support the channel through Patreon at mcrider.com/support. Either way, you'll get full access to the forum and the field guides, which will further the training that we release here on a weekly basis.